This is Texans TV.
What was Lovie Smith's first day on the job like? Find out next on Texans 360.
It's about winning football games and doing it a certain way. Tough, hard-nosed football, disciplined ball. That's what you will see from us.
We are ready to rock in Houston. Rock and roll.
You already know what time it is, man.
Touchdown, Texans.
I got bleeps for all y'all.
He's in rock and roll.
That's when you think you've seen it all. There's always something else.
Let's go home.
It's wonderful that you're here with us on Texans 360. My name's Drew Dougherty with my good friend Sean Pendergast. You hear him in the mornings on Sports Radio 610. You hear him before and after Houston Texans games on the radio. It's good to be with you. You ready to talk about some sports?
I'm always ready to talk about some sports.
And the sports will be all Texans related because we've got a bone to pick with some folks who didn't get Andre Johnson into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. But other than that, this is pretty much all going to be about Lovie Smith. And that's a good thing. We're going to get into that in a moment. But news of the week, the season is officially over now with the Super Bowl being played. Los Angeles and their dozens of fans came out to the parade earlier in the week. And now that the season's over, we look to, and have been looking to all offseason already, what the Texans do next. They've hired Lovie Smith. He's assembled his staff for the most part. Offensive coordinator is Pep Hamilton. What'd you think about the hire of Lovie Smith? You interviewed him. You interviewed Nick Caserio. You've done that a few different times now since it all happened. It's exciting times around the stadium for sure, and out the fan base as well.
Yeah, no doubt. I thought the feeling coming out of the stadium the day that Lovie was introduced to everybody on Tuesday, I said this on my show on 610, it was the first day that I felt like since the win over Buffalo in the playoffs, where it was just truly like a green arrow up kind of day with everybody sort of pulling in the same direction. I thought Lovie was great the day he was introduced to everybody. And look, he's an experienced, legitimate NFL head coach. I think keeping Pep Hamilton was big. Lovie said keeping Pep Hamilton was big. He called it a must during his press conference. So it kind of came out of nowhere, but I'm anxious to see where this goes with Lovie Smith, no doubt.
Yeah, and you bring up a good point about Pep Hamilton. Everyone's pretty excited that he's staying, but I don't know that everyone grasps this will look different on offense as far as how the team blocks and what the run game looks like, which needs to change. That has been a big problem around here lately. And I think Pep Hamilton, his plan of attack is going to help do that.
Yeah, more of a power running game kind of deal, taking some shots deep, a lot of short passing game with Pep Hamilton too, to kind of the extended run game of the short passing game, which I think will really suit Davis Mills pretty well. Absolutely. So, look, we've seen a lot of the same thing, not just for the 6+ years that Bill O'Brien was here, but Tim Kelly was still here running the offense last year. So I think the newness of it, look, they have nowhere to go but up in the run game. And I think, too, it's going to be big getting some new blood, some young blood in here carrying the football as well.
Speaking of new blood and young blood, Lovie Smith talked about when we spoke with him, and I think when you spoke with him as well, he loves draft evaluation. He loves that whole process. Yeah. He said in between the end of the season and the time he was hired, he was breaking down video of Senior Bowl practices and Shrine Bowl practices and whatnot, and he loves what that entails. But we love what Lovie Smith entails and the first day on the job. So let's get a closer look at the new man in charge.
It's going to be Lovie Smith as the new head coach of the Houston Texans.
The big news today is Lovie Smith will be named the 5th head coach of the Houston Texans.
He's been in the building for a year now as the defensive coordinator, but introduced for the first time as the head coach.
It's Lovie Smith Day out here today.
Good morning.
Feels great putting pen to paper. Think about a high school product of Texas, getting a chance to lead his, professional football team in the state. Don't get much better than this. Exciting day.
You look forward to these days.
You should. A couple photos with Nick.
Let's take some pictures with Nick here.
Yes. Good.
No, I like it. No.
All right, guys, that looks great. All right, ready, 2, 3.
What you doing with your hands this time?
What do y'all think?
You tell me.
Hands where?
Just like this. One hand over. Yeah, that's perfect. I like that. All right, guys, 2, 3.
Hannah, my wife, Marianne. Guys, you dress up well.
Thank you.
Lovie Smith again, all right?
How are you?
How are you?
Nice to see you.
Lovie Smith. How's everything? I know we met the other day.
This is
Lovie Smith again. You dress up well. Awesome. You look great.
Good morning, everyone. Hello, Texans.
It's a great day at work, huh?
Yeah, that's awesome. Welcome as we have a monumental day for this franchise. The introduction of the 5th coach in the history of the Houston Texans, Lovie Smith.
To me, I always wanted to be a coach. I say that most guys playing high school football here would like to someday lead their home state team. I can't thank Cal, Hannah, Miss McNair enough for having the faith in me to lead our great program. To sit in this role, in this position, it's about winning football games and doing it a certain way. Tough, hard-nosed football, disciplined ball. That's what you will see from us. But the 4th phase would be the fans. You cannot play winning football without you. And it's our responsibility to bring the fans back and get them excited about the product we're going to put on the football field. And I guarantee you we can do that. So it's a great day. We're excited. We all are. As we go forward, look forward to working hand in hand, side by side with Nick to get the Texans back where they need to be. Thank you.
Straight from the podium, Lovie Smith, head coach of the Houston Texans, joining us right now. Lovie, is that hard for a guy to go up and get introduced and answer questions?
Well, you know, when you've done it 3 times, it gets a little bit easier each time. But, you know, again, I'm a Texan. Have an opportunity to lead our professional franchise here. I know the possibilities, the good things that can happen here. Being in the organization, of course, last year just made me just confirm that even more. So, no, this is a great day for the Smith family.
Texans, Lovie Smith, welcome in. First of all, congratulations, Coach. All right, your 3rd stint as head coach in the NFL. I mean, with every job, you sort of learn as you go.
Yes.
3rd time around, what do you think that you might do differently? What have you learned from your previous head coaching job?
The simple answer is that there's no simple answer. What I'm going to bring is that I think every time you have experience in something, you get better and better at it.
It's really more about Lovie than anything else. In high regard, he's held, the amount of respect that he's garnered through the years, and that speaks volumes. And Lovie's coached a lot of great players. I mean, go back to Briggs, Urlacher, Peanut Tillman, Devin Hester. So to have the support of those players for him, ultimately that's more a reflection about him and who he is, and just his overall coaching philosophy and what he's done for a lot of different people.
So I just wanted to say thanks everyone in here. You are important to us, and that's why we wanted to give you some extra time with Coach. And we want all of y'all to feel that you're important to us because you are. And so Coach, glad you're here. Congratulations. Can't wait to get started and start winning some games. So looking forward to it.
Thank you, Cal. Thank all of you. I mean, to our legends first. You're our program. You kind of set the standard on what it can be around here. So I appreciate you. Anytime, come in. And relationships that you build for our legends. It's about the relationship. I just see y'all hanging out together. The relationships that you form. To get a chance to do this, and for me to do it all of my life. And then Cal, for you and Hannah, I mean, you can't hide when I talk to y'all I see a belief that you have in how we're gonna do things. We won't let you down. We're excited about leading your program. Thank you. Thank you for coming out today. Appreciate you, Rob. All right. Appreciate you. It's gonna be good. Sometime you and me going out, talking, you know, you don't know me. You know, we're gonna do it a certain way. I know what you mean to the organization, and what you say matters. You can help me out an awful lot of just educating me on everything I need to know. It's good for the current players to feel that from y'all. Yeah, hey, this is standard. This is how we expect it to look. It's supposed to look like this, man. You represent us.
Coming up on Texans 360, we continue a day in the life of Lovie Smith.
And it's intercepted. Jonathan Owens. Bernard with the sack. You asked for it. You got it.
It's intercepted. Thomas left side 40 to the house. Pick six.
Creative stuff by the video department there with Lovie Smith. This is Sean Pendergast, Drew Dougherty. Lovie's got a lot of support from guys who are already on the team. They're pretty amped up that he's the guy in charge now.
Yeah, I think so, on both sides of the football. And I think the former Texans, too. That was a big deal, seeing Andre Johnson and Jonathan Joseph out there at the press conference. That's what I was saying, like everybody pulling in the same direction, including former Texans as well.
You're right. Even former Bears, Brian Urlacher, very, very excited for his former head coach. And I know Brian Urlacher loves the continuation of a day in the life of Lovie Smith.
Going to the left? To the left. Keep going to the left.
Here we go, guys. Everybody meet Coach Lovie Smith.
Welcome.
Come on, let's go.
Thank you.
Coach, this is our ticket office. This is where all the folks who make all the magic happen with our fans and our season ticket members, and so it's a great group. So anyway, do we have somebody we're gonna?
So we have a current season ticket member, and then Ryan has someone who he's just about to sell to, and so they're contemplating. And then he talked to them earlier today, and they were so excited about you. So we're gonna have you call those two folks.
Okay.
You're the closer. Yeah,
all right. Before I go to this caller, thank you. In order for us to get the Texans back where we need them to be, it's going to take all of us doing our job. I'm going to show up every day. Hopefully, I'm going to try to outwork everybody in here. But your role is important. Most important thing that I'm doing right now is what I'm working on is getting our staff together. So, again, there's a lot of different roles that we have to get filled. You're a big part of that. We have to give you something. We had to put a better product on the football field. We will get that done. You're going to like what we're going to do. Hopefully I get to know some of you a little bit better, but just, thank you again, and hopefully it's the start of something great. Fair enough? Thank you very much.
Hello.
Hello, Patrick. Is this Patrick?
Yes, sir. Who's speaking?
This is Lovie Smith, your new head football coach by way of Big Sandy, Texas. How are you?
I'm doing well, sir. How you doing?
Oh, this is one of my better days, Patrick. Life is good. Yeah, we have the family here. Get a chance to lead our program. Again, special day for us. Can't wait to get started. That's why I'm pretty excited to talk to you.
So this is Coach Lovie Smith?
Yes, this is Coach Lovie Smith. There's not a whole lot of Lovies that you will know. This is me, yes.
I know it's not a whole lot of Lovie Smith.
Can you confirm that this is Coach Lovie Smith, if he can tell us anything about Gilmer, Texas?
Oh, about Gilmer, Texas. Yes, I can tell you quite a bit. It's about 10 miles from Big Sandy on Interstate on I-155. There's a hot link place that I used to eat at way back in the day. How about the Gilmer? How about the Gilmer Buckeyes? How about that? You want me to keep going? Is that enough to let you know I know where Gilmer is?
Oh my gosh!
You know where that is?
Yes. They are. Well, that is great. Now I love being from East Texas and being in that area. Of course, I'm familiar with Gilmer and everything that they've done. But I appreciate you. We're getting it done around here. We need you to be a part of it.
Well, Coach Lovie Smith, we are on board. When I found out you was to be the coach, man, I say, good, I'm going to jump on it, man. I support, and I'm always support, man. So, hey, thank you for being on board with us, man. I hope you can take it to that next level.
Sound good. So you're saying that you're going to be in the stands, those 8 home games we're talking about this coming season, we can count on you?
I'm going to be in the stand, Coach. When I get out the phone with you, Ryan going to call me back, and we're going to close the deal.
All right, Patrick. Appreciate you, man. All right?
I thank you, Coach, and good luck to you, man.
All right, take care. Talk to you later. See you in the fall, all right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. That was a little easy to close, yes.
After the break, we're taking a deeper look at why Andre Johnson did not get in the Hall of Fame. Next on Texans 360.
Throws right side of the end zone, wants Andre Johnson, and he makes the catch for a Houston touchdown. What a grab! And he fires deep downfield and has Andre Johnson at the 15, 10, 5, rock and roll, touchdown Texans. And then Andre Johnson bobbles and makes the catch. And yes, Andre Johnson, an amazing catch, left side of the end zone. Throws it right side, wide receiver screen. Andre Johnson across the 40, 35 to his right, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, rock and roll! The Texans win it! Andre Johnson, 48 yards! My goodness!
Andre Johnson belongs in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. It's that simple. He didn't get elected or selected this time around on his first ballot. This is Texans 360, by the way. Drew Dougherty, Sean Pendergast of Sports Radio 610. I'm bummed for him. I'm not stunned by it, though, because I know that the national media, they just didn't watch much of him from 2003, really through this whole career, because he was playing at noon and he was playing on bad teams for the big chunk of that career. I just think they didn't know enough about him. He was out of sight, out of mind, largely.
Yeah, I think a couple things here. I think, one, there's a process for the Hall of Fame a lot of times. Unless you're Peyton Manning or Brett Favre or somebody like that, oftentimes you got to wait your turn a little bit. And that felt like that was the function of this class that went in. The 5 guys that went into this class are all great players because they're going into the Hall of Fame. But none of them, put it this way, I don't know who the headliner is in this class. You know, it's a lot of guys who are very good football players, but who had all sat on the ballot as finalists for a long, long time. They were all finalists and semifinalists, at least 3, some even longer. Baselli had been a finalist 6 times already. So this felt like, since there wasn't a Peyton Manning in this class, this did feel like what I'll call a clean out the pipes class for the Hall of Fame committee. My concern for Andre Johnson and for some of these other guys is that the future ballots for the next 4 or 5 years are not like this one. Next year you have Darrelle Revis and Joe Thomas joining the ballot. Those are first ballot guys. The year after that you have Julius Peppers and Antonio Gates. In 2024 you have Luke Kuechly and Marshall Yanda joining the ballot. The year after that, you have Drew Brees and Larry Fitzgerald. The year after that, you have Tom Brady. So, and Ben Roethlisberger. You know, so there's only 5 guys that can get in on the normal ballot every year, and you've got a few years coming up here where there's at least 2 seats taken every year already.
And I've spoken about this with John Harris and Mark Vandermeer quite a bit. I know you've talked about it as well. But when you look at the other receivers who are on these ballots with them too, I guarantee if you talk to any quarterback that played during that time that overlapped with Andre Johnson and those guys, he's going to, if you have to have one choice out of that crew, they're going to take Andre.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. For a lot of those receivers that are already on there, if you wanted to talk to their quarterbacks, you only have to talk to 1 or 2 guys at most. With Andre, you got to talk to about a dozen different guys that were throwing him the football throughout the course of his career, none of whom have the accolades that some of these, Torrey Holt was playing with Kurt Warner, Reggie Wayne was playing with Peyton Manning, and then Andrew Luck towards the end. Andre's list of quarterbacks are much, much different. So I think Andre's going to get in eventually. It was a shame because it was such a positive week last week with Lovie Smith. It would have been great to cap it off with Andre getting into the Hall of Fame.
And it was so cool. We talked a little bit about it earlier in the show. It was cool to see Andre in the building for the Lovie Smith hire because, we haven't seen Andre around as much lately. Yeah. It's good to see him back. We missed Andre.
Yeah, absolutely. He's such a great ambassador for the team. He speaks softly, but when he speaks, it means something.
Yeah. And, it's funny you bring that up because Gary Kubiak, we met with him about a year ago, went to the ranch, talked with him, and that's one of the first things he said. And he said it a few times while he was here as well. When Andre spoke, he was kind of like E.F. Hutton, that old commercial. Yeah. Everyone stopped and everyone listened.
Yeah, because the words were never empty with Andre. They always meant something.
No doubt. All right, well, we got to go back inside that first day with Lovie Smith, so don't you move a muscle. Texans 360 rolls on. We're back. It's Texans 360. Got my good pal Sean Pendergast of Sports Radio 610 with us. It was fun seeing Lovie Smith introduced to the world and the media as a Houston Texans head coach. He also got to FaceTime with one of his players. And that's a cool little aspect of things,
yeah, Ross Blacklock. I think about these guys that are in that 2020 draft class and think about the journey they've been on. They were drafted by Bill O'Brien. Bill O'Brien gets fired. They play for Romeo Crennel, and then a year for David Culley. And now, these guys, they got drafted into the league less than 2 years ago, and they're on their 4th head coach already. They're on like their 3rd general manager. It's incredible.
All in the sweet spot of the pandemic.
And I think Lovie's personality is perfect for guys like that. Calming influence.
It's outstanding. Yeah. All right, well, here's more on that first day for Lovie Smith.
Oh, it's been a special day. It's just going about how I thought it would. A lot of the people are excited about the Houston Texans, and I know I'm excited about leading. It was kind of good getting a chance to talk to everyone. You know, when you get to the fourth quarter of your career, you get a chance to come back home and do it with the professional state team. You know, for me, that's pretty special. You know, there's a lot of stories that people, could write about how they want their life to play out. I don't think we could draw up a better script for how it's turned out for the Smith family. I hope you feel like that we're in this together. You just have to know that the only way that we're going to get it accomplished, our goals accomplished, is if we all realize how important our job is. I'm a Texan, and I tell everybody that. Every place I've been, they know where Big Sin is based on that. I'm not going to get a chance to get to know everyone in here, but I hope as many of you as possible, I do get a chance. Hey Ross, what's going on, man?
Man, I support you, man. I'm happy for you, Coach.
Appreciate it. Hey Ross, it was a great day, man. And what we talked about is what we're getting ready to do. No one is going to have a bigger part than you. So it's time to get to work, man. All right?
Yes, sir. I'm excited. We got a long journey, but it's gonna be fun.
Let's get it done, man. We'll holler at you later. All right? Take care. I think most Texans, when you grow up young, if you said, hey, you're a Texan and you're going to get a chance to coach our professional team, they would jump on that. I've been blessed. Coaches I've been around, the people I've been around, pretty special. Excited about representing it that way.
All right, Lovie Smith is in charge. He's looking at draft prospects, getting the final touches on his coaching staff. It's fun times here in Houston Texans land.
Absolutely, and he's got draft picks that actually they can use on these guys this year as well. It's got to be fun for him.
More might be on the way.
Absolutely.
If you know what I mean. Hey, we thank the folks who put this show together, like Tyler Marcotte, Tyler Suddart, Caroline Jordan, Jared Huffey, and so many more. We appreciate you watching. This has been Texans 360. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to know when we post new content.